How's it going, guys? Hopefully the chat's working. So, yeah, where was I? Yeah, I'm gonna start doing the live streams. I'll try and keep it to every Saturday evening around this time, 8:30 UK time, because that used to work really well. It used to work really well before. The only thing, obviously, like if something comes up, if I have got like dinner with friends or family, or if I'm obviously on a date, then might have to reschedule it for another day. But obviously, I'll let people know. But we'll aim for every Saturday. I have done live streams on other days, so it might be a case of just improvising from time to time. But anyway, let's just enjoy it and see where it takes us. Thinking ahead too much isn't always good, but it's also good to aim for a schedule. So I'll start a bit earlier today. I'm also I'm feeling a little bit irritable because I've been doing fasting today. I haven't eaten all day. The only thing I had was a little flapjack. I did have a coffee and I'm drinking some water with ice. So I'm going to have my dinner after this live stream. I want to challenge myself. I'll continue getting in shape, losing fat. So yeah, I feel a bit well, I feel starving. I'm hungry. I'm a bit irritable, but other than that, I've been feeling on top of the world. I've been feeling really great because of the boxing training. That's really been keeping me going at the moment, and that's why I'm talking about that a lot. So yeah, today we'll talk about the Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley fight. I'm not really that interested in it, if I'm being honest, but as it's trending, and maybe a lot of you might be interested in it, and it kind of makes a good icebreaker, a good conversational starter. So, like all the streams, like I said in the last one we done, I tend to pick a theme, but the live stream always tends to go in a different direction anyway, and that's totally fine. That's one of the unique things about this live stream. It always seems to go in the direction that all of you want to kind of take it. So that's great, as long as it motivates people. And the main reason for doing these is to help men to overcome their fears so they can build their confidence and find some happiness, and also for some social time, people to come together. A lot of people, obviously, we all get lonely from time to time. So it's nice to be able to speak to someone about things that you're interested in, and I can also answer your questions. I've got a lot of life experience. Uh, I've been, I've had a lot of success. I've had a lot of failures. I've had a lot of highs, happiness. I've also had a lot of mental health challenges, anxiety, depression, social anxiety. I've been through the mill. I've been through all of it, and obviously everybody else goes through challenges in their life, no matter who it is. So doing these live streams is a way to help people, to give them strength, motivation, mental toughness, knowledge, life experience, tools, and so forth. And also to have fun as well. I don't take these too serious. We tend to have a lot of fun. So, what's up, James? Good to see you. Good to see you, Calbs. I enjoyed the conversation on the last live stream. So, let's give it a few minutes to shape up, see how many people come on. You never know. Yeah, might get not many people on, might get a lot on. So, who do you guys think's going to win? I don't know much about Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. I know that Tyron Woodley has got an MMA, UFC background. I heard he was a great champion in that. And I know that Jake Paul obviously is a famous, successful YouTuber who has gone into boxing and is doing quite well. He seems to be knocking out, I think, everyone that he's faced. So, with the little information that I have got, I think Jake Paul's going to win, but I'm not certain about this. I just got a feeling he's on a roll at the moment, and he seems to be training really hard, and he's got a good knockout punch, good right hand. I don't know how good Tyron Woodley's striking is. I know that he's good in MMA, but I don't know enough to know. But who knows? So that's my prediction. I think it's going to be a good fight, but I think Jake Paul's gonna catch him at some point, and he's going to knock him out like he has done his previous opponents. But that's based on very little information that I've got. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the YouTube fighting and stuff like that, but I do respect anyone who's got the courage to go in the ring and fight. It takes a lot of courage. I've done it myself, so I know what it takes. You have to have a lot of balls to do it, whatever level you're at, even if you're a complete novice. So whether people agree with it or not, or they're interested, you do have to respect anybody who climbs inside the ring and fights another person, challenges themselves. It's a frightening thing to do. And when your adrenaline's running, you don't really feel the punches. But there are certain points in a fight or in a sparring session where you do feel the knocks, you do feel the punches. It does hurt. So if the adrenaline's really high and you're excited, you don't really feel it until after. But sometimes you kind of the adrenaline calms down, and then when you get whacked, you do feel it. Yeah, I've used the Zone because it's good that what they do. It's only $1.99 a month, so like you said, for that price, you can't really complain. So yeah, um, all credit to them because that is really cheap for the value that they're giving. It almost feels too good to be true. So yeah, I did subscribe to it. I did get it. By the way, guys, you can ask me any questions that you've got. I try and answer them if I can. We don't just have to speak about the boxing and the Jake Paul Tyron Woodley. That's just a bit of an icebreaker, and I want to get your predictions just to get some conversation started, and then we can talk about the things that I generally talk about on this channel, which is how to get over social anxiety, how to gain confidence, and how to become fearless in life. So one of the tips I want to explain about becoming fearless in life, because I answer a lot, I get a lot of questions from all of you and continuously, and I think the thing that challenges a lot of men is they feel they feel bad about having fears. They feel like they're cowards. They feel like they can't succeed in their life with what it is that they want to succeed, whether it's getting over their shyness with people, whether it's making friends, whether it's making decisions in their life, whether it's, you know, getting on better with their family, whether it's getting a girlfriend. They put a lot of pressure on themselves. And one of the best tips I could give anybody who wants to be fearless in life and get better at overcome their fears is you do it gradually, you do it gently, you do it one step at a time. And that way you're able to do it. Where the other way, most men fail, where they don't think about, you know, one step at a time or overcoming the fear just gently. It's like, if I can't do everything in one go, then I'm a loser. And that's not good, because most of the time you won't do anything then because it's so overwhelming. So the best teachers that I've ever met in my life, in all the different walks of life, they've always been very good at teaching you and explaining to you and helping you to overcome your problems in your life in a way that is realistic and manageable. And that way, you take one step at a time. So let's say, for example, people might be nervous to do a live stream, what I'm doing now. It might feel really frightening. It might feel unbearable. Well, you just practice speaking for maybe just a minute, just to do it, just to get a feel of it, just to get a taste of it, and then you maybe shut it off, maybe close it, and then next week you do another minute, and you do a minute and a half, and then you do 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes, until you could build up to 10 minutes, then half an hour, then an hour. So that's the best advice I could give you immediately with how to become fearless, is you just practice facing a little bit of the fear at a time, whatever the fear is in your life, until you feel more confident and you feel more ready, you feel more mentally and emotionally stable to go a little bit further. So great advice. It really does work, and you can apply that for even losing weight. People that feel stressed out about how to lose weight, and they think that they have to starve themselves, and that tends to not work because it's too difficult. It would be better just to reduce your eating a little bit each day. instead of just trying to cut everything out, which you're not going to be able to do. Most people can't do that. It's too difficult. So that same approach can work for anything. Same with social anxiety. How do you respond when your rhythm is disrupted when facing fears? That's a good question. Explain that a little bit more, because I kind of understand it, but it's a bit vague. In what scenario? I'll try and answer it now, and then if I've misread it, you can explain it, and I'll go into more. So the more you practice, okay, so rejection would be an example, common example, just things not going to plan. I think the best advice with that scenario where you experience rejection and things don't go to plan, I think there's two things. I think the first thing is to look at what you can change, like what is it that you're doing, why isn't it working, and figure out how you can slightly change it. The second best advice is to keep moving forward. A lot of people get stuck on the pain of the rejection and feeling bad about it and thinking about it and obsessing and allowing rejection to defeat you and make you want to quit. Whereas if you keep going, you keep moving forward, although it's painful initially and it's challenging, you will break through. You will get to a point where you'll succeed and things will start to go to plan. So that's the best advice I give you on that particular subject and at this particular time. You know, rejection is not a point where you stop and quit. Rejection is not the final destination. It's just something that you've got to go through in order to grow. Loved your saying, "Would you marry me?" Yeah, that was good at the time, you know. And I mean, you got to be socially intelligent when you do that. You got to be appropriate. So I knew how to say that without offending anyone, and you know, in a way that could make people comfortable, make them laugh. Yeah, I wasn't sure today if we'd get as many on the live stream because of the Jake Paul fight. Maybe a lot of people of you will be watching that. But if that's the case, then that's totally fine. I can just get back to what I was doing. And as I said, I'm pretty starving at the moment. Yeah, the social experiment videos are great. Yeah, guys, you know what you have to understand is that things move on. I've moved on, so I do appreciate that you like those videos, but you know, I feel like some of you need to kind of let go of relying on certain videos that I did and move on, move with the times. You know, we're in a different time now. Things change, things move on. I'm glad you appreciate it, but don't like rely on me to look to. Rely on yourself. Obviously, learn from the experiences that I can share with you and the tools. Take the bits that make sense to you and that work for you, but at the same time, you know, things move. I evolved from those videos. They were great at the time, but you grow, you get older in life, you learn, and you move on. That's part of growing as a person. And some people have problems doing that. They can't let go of the past, they can't move on, but you have to learn to move on. You know, there's certain things that I loved, like I love Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is one of my heroes, but at the same time, I have to move on. The man's going to retire soon. I've been watching him for almost 20 years, and it's sad. I'm human. I'm going to feel sadness when he retires because I loved watching his fights. It gave me a lot of inspiration. Same way my videos done that for a lot of you, but I got to move on. You know, I got to accept that Manny's got his own life to get on with. he's on to bigger and better things. He's on to politics now. He's probably going to run his country. So this is a part of life, guys. Living, moving on. I appreciate you, appreciate the view, but at the same time, I'm not going to live in the past to please people, to suit anybody. I'm going to keep moving forward with my life, and I encourage you guys to do the same. Good evening, Johnny and viewers. Good evening. Good to see you, mate. Nice to see you back. What do you guys reckon? I'm not sure if you're interested, but who do you think is going to win out of Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley? I think Jake Paul's going to beat him. He's going to win. I think he's on a run. He's on a roll. I could be wrong. I don't know much about these guys. I know that Tyron Woodley wasn't he a really good UFC fighter, but I'm not sure if he's going to have the stand-up game. I'm not sure if he's going to have the boxing ability that Jake Paul has got, and Jake Paul's really improving. But so that's about as much as I know. But it's a big topic at the moment. It's trending. There's not as many people on today. Maybe people, maybe they're not interested in Jake Paul versus Woodley. It's not the only thing that I was going to cover today. Like all the live streams will go wherever it's going to go. It usually goes in a different direction, but I just wanted to break the ice with something that's trending at the moment. There's a lot of interest in it, and like I said, I do respect anybody who's got the guts to get in the ring, regardless of whatever stage they're at. If they're a YouTuber, it takes a lot of courage. Believe me, I've done it. It's one of the worst, it's one of the scariest things to do, but it's very rewarding, and if it's something that you're passionate about, it's electric. You're living on pure adrenaline and living on the edge. Really is becoming fearless, getting in the ring and fighting someone or sparring. So you've got to give these guys credit for doing that. But yeah, back to the tip, what I was saying with becoming fearless, I think a lot of guys fail to realize that you have to build up your courage. You don't just, in most cases, you don't just become a fearless person overnight. You don't just become super confident in one day. It's something that you build over time through repetition, through momentum, through building a new habit, through gaining new experiences, and through gradually exposing yourself to your fears. So I always think that's really helpful to know that. It takes a lot of pressure off of you, especially for guys feeling like they've got to achieve everything in one sitting, or to feel bad about having all these insecurities. Well, you can slay these insecurities one by one. And I feel like that's a much better approach to have in life, because you've got a focus, you've got a goal, you're working towards it every day. You're breaking it down step by step, so it's not too difficult. It's challenging, yeah, but if something's so difficult to the point where it's so difficult, then you ain't going to get anything done. So that's one of the great mindsets and great strategic ways of overcoming fear, or any fear that you've got in your life, by breaking it down into small components or small steps and approaching it a little bit at a time until you become more confident, self-assured, mentally and emotionally strong enough, and then you can slay it, you can take it, you can overcome all of it. So to give you an even easy example of that, someone who is extremely shy with people, I wouldn't expect them to do public speaking straight away, or a live stream like this. I would maybe get that person to go into a shop and just say, hello, how was your day, to the cashier that's serving them, just to get a little bit of experience with talking to someone new, just to get a little bit of confidence. Same analogy for a guy who's extremely shy with women and nervous. I would just get him to go over and say hi, and just say, I think you look nice, or hi, nice to meet you, have a great day, you got a nice smile. Just a little bit, a step in the right direction. And that way, it's going to build a person up rather than break someone down. Because if you get somebody who's sensitive and extremely frightened, and you push them in it doesn't work for everyone. So that's one of the strategies I used for me, which worked, and which you can try. Really good to see True School Sports. What's up, Brendan? It takes years to become truly confident. I used to be afraid to be my true self many years ago until I realized that I was a person of value, and then I was content to just be myself. Brilliant. I mean, spoken with real genuine experience and honesty. And for any of you that don't know True School Sports, they're a brilliant boxing channel. My personal favorite from the United States. And Brendan you're a really brave person. You're always pushing yourself. You're always helping people. You're challenging yourself. And that's great life experience. That's what I like about these live stream guys. It's not only me that can help you to build your confidence and share experience, but anybody can come on and share their genuine experience. So yeah, it takes time, but that shouldn't put any of you off. You don't want to have the normal mindset, which most people have, is if it's going to take long, then give up on it. No, you need to be excited about the journey. You need to start today, because time goes really quick. Days, weeks, months, years, and the quicker you get started, the quicker you're going to get there. So in the process of it taking a long time, which it has for most of us, myself included, it's still building. Start today, and you're gonna get some relief. You're gonna feel good about yourself. Don't be a sore loser. Don't say, well, I'm not going to participate in this game or certain area of life because it's too hard and I don't want to fail. You get nowhere in life like that. One of the biggest key things with building confidence in any area of life is we all fail. I've failed so many times and I still fail to this day. But if you stick at it and you have a good attitude and you try your best, you will inevitably succeed. You will get success. And I always say Les Brown's saying, and I live it in my own life, failure equals success. Only for those that keep going though. So you must, you just, see, that's the thing about motivating, inspiring people. I can only do it so much. If you don't have the desire and it's not in your heart to want to change and improve, then there's nothing I could say that's going to change your mind. So you can take that negatively or you can take that positively. I take that very positively because that means no one can stop you changing your life other than you. You've got the power to be better in life, to be more confident, and to become fearless. And becoming fearless doesn't mean you don't get scared anymore. I get scared of many things, all of us do, but it means that you start facing it regularly and taking action and exploring your fears and failing and falling over and getting back up and succeeding. So, it's pretty straightforward, all this stuff, but it just takes a lot of human courage and effort, which all of you can do, and myself included. So back to my original point, I'm not a huge fan of the YouTubers and stuff, but I do respect their courage. They're brave, man. You can't really criticize them in that regard. If you don't agree with it or you don't want to watch them, then you don't have to. But they are brave. They are fearless. Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley and all the people that are doing this are really brave human beings, because getting in the ring isn't easy. I did it, and it's hard, and especially if you're a person who is originally, like I was, frightened and nervous and shy and scared and introverted and really worrying about what others think, takes a lot of balls. But once you do it and you do it again and again, it gets easier. That's what I was always excited to share with people. I would always say, look, when you first face your fears of talking to a girl for the first time, it's frightening. There's nothing to be ashamed about that. You're human. When you first do a public talk, it's terrifying. When you first do your first YouTube video, it's nerve-wracking. When you first do your live stream and you go live, it's scary inside. But after you do it 10 times, you're not scared anymore. Well, you're not scared in the same way. Your confidence overpowers any fear or any anxiety. and you get the self-belief. So action, taking action, gradually, one step at a time, is what gets you to the person that you want to become and achieving your goals. Any questions you got, guys? Go for it. Don't be afraid. Question it anyway. Go for it. I'm going to do the best I can to answer it. This is a good environment. Nobody's going to be judging anyone. Everyone respects one another. Get your questions in. Let's go for it. If I don't know the answer, I'll be honest. I'll tell you I don't know the answer to it, and maybe someone else will. Of course, man. Of course, it's okay, man. You guys are welcome. Of course, you can do an off-topic question. Go ahead. Do you like the Under Armour long sleeve? I don't know what that is. What is that? By the way, if you are enjoying this live stream, you're very welcome to hit the like button, but don't do it out of obligation. Christopher Sari says Tyron Woodley to win. Really, that's interesting. Do you know a lot about this fight? Because I don't know much about the guys and their background. I'm looking for some in clothes, the sportswear you are wearing now. Oh, this one, right? Is that what it's called? Um, yeah, I like wearing this. This for me, this is my exercise t-shirt, and when I'm at home, just to go to bed in. So yeah, I like these. They're really comfortable. Thanks. It's good to see you, Water Hot 80. One of the originals. I appreciate. Hey, Johnny B. I think Jake Paul is gonna take the W. Do you think you'd get in the ring again? Maybe versus Ben Askren. Okay, I'll come back to that. Do I think I'm going to get back in the ring again? If you'd have asked me that question probably a year ago, I probably would have laughed and said never again. It's impossible. But you know what? I'm not going to say no because I'm not going to be closed-minded. Anything's possible. My dad wouldn't want me to do it because my dad told me he's worried about me doing any fighting or sparring again, taking any punches to the head because of it might affect my mental health. But I'm training at the moment, and I'm not training for a fight. But I mean, I am fighting depression, anxiety. I'm training because I love it. So you never know. Let's see. If I keep getting fit and I had the opportunity to do it and I felt right about it, I probably you never know. So good question. I think if Jake Paul loses, he'll challenge KSI next, possibly. Yes, that's the Under Armour, really good brand. I used to cycle. Yeah, you know what? I I bought these, I think 3-4 years ago, and I didn't even know that they were popular. And I've seen many people wear it. These are a great brand, and I've got to say they last long. I've washed these, I've trained in them. They don't rip, they don't shrink. They're really good for training fitness, and you can wear them casually as well. I've actually got a black one which I prefer, but yeah. Okay, yeah, that was a great fight. Lewis versus Tyson. I didn't know you was a boxing fan, though, Christopher. That's good, really good to know. I didn't know. Yeah, that was a good fight. That was a classic. Lennox Lewis versus Tyson. Yeah, they're good brand guys. They are good, especially for training and stuff. They're very comfortable, very nice material. You can do anything. And these, I suppose, you can cycle, you can train, you can wear them casually. Yeah, I'm doing some fasting at the moment, guys. So it's really weird. I'm in a really good mood, but I feel a little bit moody, right? And the moodiness is because I'm starving. I haven't, but I'm just gonna. It's nothing I can't handle. I've done this many times, so I'm gonna eat after the live stream. I probably won't do this. I will fast again, but I won't fast the days I'm doing a live stream because it's really challenging. I think Jake Paul and so do I, mate. Um, Not really a wrestling fan, to be honest, Chris. I liked it as a very young kid, but I kind of grew out of it. So I've got to be honest with you, I'm not really interested. But I do remember when Mayweather collaborated, was it with the Big Show, and he picked him up? Yeah, low blood sugar. I prefer regular proof fights over crossover fights, by the way. Yeah, I'm the same, to be honest. I love Tyson saying everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Yeah, that's true. That's become really popular. It's true though. What do you guys think anyway? Do you think these crossover fights are bad for boxing or good? Do you think YouTubers fighting boxers or YouTubers fighting MMA fighters, do you think it's bad for the sport of boxing or do you think it's good? What's your thoughts on it? I think because we went through the COVID-19 and lockdown, many fighters are coming back because, you know, everybody got kind of depressed in lockdown. There was a lot of time on people's hands, and because the gyms are closed, I think people start missing, the gym and train. I can understand that. So I don't think if there was a lockdown, there would be as many fighters coming back to do exhibitions or fights and stuff. But listen, at the end of the day, whatever people think, it comes down to what people want to do, isn't it? Just because someone doesn't agree with a boxer fighting a YouTuber, and I didn't really like the idea at the start. It doesn't mean they shouldn't do it, and that's kind of coming down to not caring what people think, because I think it's great that De La Hoya is fighting Vito Belfort because I like De La Hoya's reasons for doing it. I liked his honesty that he wants to overcome his demons. He's been battling with his demons all his life, and he's had a fear about this. But the reason why I like talking about boxing is not so much the fighting aspect, but the physical fitness that gives you, it gives you a great mental health. That's really why I talk about it, because it helps you to become fearless. It's all about business, supply, demand, Johnny. I mean, I know that. That's obvious. I mean, I already know that. Obviously, you're welcome to leave your thoughts, but of course, there's a demand for it. Otherwise, it wouldn't sell. There's a massive demand for the YouTubers. The younger generation want to see it. So that's what it really comes down to, doesn't it? Do I know any good neck building exercises? To be honest, boxing training will thicken your neck. But obviously, if you want to be more specific, I think things like weight training, like heavy shoulder presses, and shrugs, getting two heavy dumbbells and up and down, and upright rows. There's some of the things that come to mind. I'm not a complete expert on muscle building, but that's what I do know. I know that my neck and my traps, they filled out because I did many years of punching and training, and I don't I think if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have built something here. So, by the way, guys, we're going to be doing these live streams. I'm going to try and keep it to every Saturday. I think that's a good format around this time, 8:30. Johnny, can you elaborate on the fearless aspect and how it relates to life and self-development? Okay, good question. Well, listen, man, I'll make it very simple for you, Don King. At the end of the day, we've all got fear. That's something that we all have in common. Some people are honest about it, some people lie about it. That's their choice. But everyone has fears. Everyone, men, women. And anything you want to do in your life, anything of any value, you're gonna you're going to be afraid to do it. You're going to have fear. And sometimes people, don't want to admit that. So if you become fearless in life, you are able to open up more doors, more opportunities. You can grow as a person. It's important. It's like breathing. It's a skill that you really need to have. So it applies to everything. Johnny, do you spar hard? Listen, guys, at the moment, I haven't sparred for years, so I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to make out like I'm doing. I haven't sparred for years. When I did spar, yeah, I used to spar all out. I had a lot of gym wars. I took a lot of punishment, to be honest. I gave a lot. And I don't know if that affected. I don't know if that affected my mental health or not, getting punched in the head. But I had real gym wars, a lot of hard sparring. I had light sparring as well, but I haven't sparred in quite a few years now. But when I did do it, when I was doing it regularly, it was. But I loved it. I enjoyed it. I saw Tyson doing some next. Yeah, yeah. Look at some of the exercises that Tyson done. Oh yeah, there's a boxing one. You can buy this thing where you put a weight around your head, a neck brace, and then there's a weight, and you do that. You go up and down. So yeah, everyone had that, Chris. I don't think there's any guy on this live stream right now, myself included, who didn't have fear and anxiety around women when he was younger, didn't freeze up. It's common. Again, it's another fear, and it's something to overcome. Yeah, check it out, man. Have a look at it. I mean, if you go online now, there'll be so many experts to tell you how to build up your neck better than I can tell you. But I can just tell you that training boxing definitely builds it up, but also those bodybuilding exercises. What regrets do I have? Um, I don't know. That's a good question. It's kind of I have to think about that. I can't just answer that. What regrets do I have? Well, it's a tricky one, that, because one of the regrets I used to have is that I wished I got started earlier at things. I wish I faced a lot of my fears quicker than I did. But having said that, if I didn't do the way I did things, maybe I wouldn't have achieved certain things and helped people. So that's a difficult question to answer for me, I find. I don't know if that's a joke, Tony, or not. That's the thing about the live stream chat. Sometimes when you guys make a joke, I don't always know if it's a joke or if you're serious, because there's no emotions in the comments. Johnny, what do you recommend for someone who is unable to take the first step, action, make the first approach? I'd recommend you get down the gym, do some exercise. Exercise, especially boxing training, gives you exactly what you need to take the first step, the first approach to any fear that you've got in your life, whether it's talking to a person, whether it's public speaking, anything in life. Fit body, fit mind. The more fitter you are, the stronger you are, the better you feel, and the easier it is to take that first step, which is why I keep preaching and saying the same thing, because it works. And a lot of people hear it, but they don't really hear it properly. So if I said to a lot of you, if you train boxing, just you don't have to fight and get punched if you don't want to do that. Just the art, just the training, go on the bags, join your local club. It would change your life. Most of you will go, okay, thank you, but you won't do it. That's the challenge with motivating people initially. You won't do it because of stubbornness, because of fear, self-doubt. Um, and that's why Sometimes I have to repeat it again. Takes people a bit more time until they get it in their head and go, you know what? Let me go and try what Johnny's telling me, and then you're going to see for yourself. Two things that will change a man's life: fitness and being social. If you're struggling, join a fitness gym, join a salsa class, join a meetup group, join a community near you. You've done that today, but obviously this is very helpful. But it's not enough just to come on a live stream, because you need face-to-face interactions with people in real life, in real time, to make a real lasting positive impact and change. But hopefully doing these live streams and coming on will give you motivation. I can give you my life experience, the tools that I've learned, and you can help one another, and it should lead to you taking more action. I believe it will. It has done in the past, so I'm super confident it can, at the current time we're in now in the future. If you can't do anything right now, guys, and you're frustrated, that's fine, accept it. Just don't give up on it. Try again. If you can't do it, try again. If you can't do it then, try again. If you still can't do it, have a break, have a breather, recover, recharge, go off and do other things in life. Come back to it, try again. Don't give up, and you'll eventually get it right. Be patient. So predictions, guys, for the Jake Paul Tyron Woodley fight. What's going to happen? Who's going to win? How are they going to win? Why are they going to win? Let's get predictions. Really good to see you, my friend. Appreciate all of your ongoing support, comments on the video, especially with the Manny Pacquiao videos. Much appreciated. I don't know how many rounds it is, to be honest, guys. I've got no idea. I don't know much about these guys. All I know is that they're fighting tonight, right? And there's been a lot of hype and a lot of excitement around this particular matchup with Jake Paul, the YouTuber, who really is, as a boxer now. Tyron knocks out Jake Paul in round 5. Interesting. Bro, you're looking jacked. Am I? 8 rounds. Okay. Okay, 10 rounds. Who cares? It's a sham. Well, listen, man. I see your point. I felt the same way at the start. I didn't like the idea of YouTubers fighting boxers. I kind of felt like that they don't really have the right to do that, and it's devaluing the sport. But then, I don't know. Look, some people are inspired by it. So at the end of the day, I don't know. It's just a matter of opinion. You don't have to watch it, right? And you don't have to speak about it. But I see where you're coming from. But like I said, these guys are brave, man. Whether you like them or not, it takes guts. I'm telling you, man. If you've never done it before, don't knock someone for doing something that you can't do. It takes guts. Are you a fan of MMA, Johnny? Not so much. Do you know what? I watched a couple of MMA shows and I really enjoyed it. So I'm not going to say I'm not a fan. That wouldn't be true. But I'm not going to sit here and lie and go, I'm the biggest MMA fan you've ever seen, because I don't watch it that much. But I've watched a few shows. I've watched McGregor's fights and I found it really exciting. Khabib, really exciting to watch. McGregor, Justin Poirier. I really enjoyed those shows. So I'm growing. I'm growing. The sport is growing on me a little bit each time. My brother's into it. He got me into it a bit, but I prefer boxing number one. But yeah, MMA takes major guts, especially in front of giant man. Takes a lot of guts, man. Of course, and you're right. They get in front of big crowds. You got to respect it, man. It's easy for people to sit there and judge people and criticize them. But it's not very easy for them same people to get their ass into a ring and fight someone when you've got a crowd watching you. I've done it, and I know what it's a lot harder than it looks. You're shitting yourself. You're terrified, especially the first time you do it. But obviously, if you've been doing it for a long time, you can get confident at it. So I've always got a great respect for fighters for the courage that they've got to get in. John Jones is the GOAT. Yeah, I think a lot of people wouldn't disagree with that. My thoughts on Sadhguru. I'm not really into it, to be honest. Again, not gonna knock anyone, but doesn't. I'm not really into it. I don't really watch his stuff. I looked at it a couple of years ago. I was into that kind of stuff, and I kind of grew out of it. So I'm not really into it. It doesn't really connect with me. See, this is something that I've always had a hard time explaining to my followers and people that follow me, which I appreciate. I find it hard to explain it over live streams and videos, right? I try to explain to you guys that whatever fear you've got in your life, whether it's talking to a woman for the first time or talking to people or whatever it is, you know, if you face any fear in your life, it's going to give you confidence to face the other fears that you got. So these guys that get in the ring and challenge themselves, whoever they are, YouTubers or MMA fighters or whoever, complete beginners, when they do that, that experience will change their life forever. Even if you lose, even if they get knocked out, right? Which obviously isn't nice, but they're still going to be a more confident person because they got in the ring. They overcome the fear of death, they overcome the fear of humiliation, they overcome themselves. And that has such a positive effect on the human spirit and your psychology, everything, your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself. And that confidence, that courage, that knowledge can take into any area of life. It's unbelievable. Yeah, any fear, it can help overcoming it. So if you've got a fear of going on a date, right? And that's a real fear for you, and you face that fear and you overcome it, you'll have more confidence to then face your fear of going to the dentist, for example. So I've always found that really exciting and inspiring. And a lot of people don't know that because they haven't explored their fears enough. I have. I've explored so many of my fears and I continue. And I get inspired by people that have explored more fears than I have, you know. By the way, one of the fears, my biggest fear at the moment, and I don't want to overcome it. I do not want to, is swimming with great white sharks. No, no way, no, please, no, no, I don't want to. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to overcome it. It's too scary, man. And you know, it's crazy. I just realized that this made me laugh. Right? It's good to laugh on these live streams. They can get a bit intense, right? I feel like I've got my swimming gear on, like I'm ready to go surfing with sharks, but I ain't doing it, guys. Don't even think about saying to me, become fearless with sharks. I don't want to get eaten up. Oh boy, it makes me laugh. I did a scuba a few times and saw a huge fish. Yeah. Did it have sharp teeth and lifeless eyes and skin like sandpaper? Listen, man, and enough of the wishy-washy stuff. Overcoming any fear requires both you facing internally and externally. They're both related, so it's not one without the other. We have fears. Where are our fears? They're in our imagination. They're inside us, our psychology. But where are they really? Well, they're on the outside. So if you face a fear on the outside, you're also facing on the inside. And if you face a fear, well, yeah. So people just find, you know, different ways of saying it. Same thing, man. If you've got a fear of going on a first date, you can't overcome that just by sitting in your house and going, yeah, I'm doing inner work. But you're not going on a date. It's going to do nothing. It's just going to be BS. So I don't subscribe to that type of thought because it's just too much. It's not truthful. It's just a load of crap. Yeah, Karate Kid. A man can't stand, he can't fight. Sweep the leg. Do you have a problem with that, Mr. Lawrence? No, Sensei. See, I've just overcome another limiting belief today, maybe a fear. I've fasted, and at the start, it was kind of difficult doing this live stream because I've got not much energy in me, no food. I had a glass of water, and from talking to good people like yourself, motivating people and being positive, my energy, I have so much energy now. I feel like I just ate half a bird or a whole bird. So another limiting belief shattered. When are you going to wake up and smell the coffee, Mr. Larusso? The last time you weren't fighting this. Yep, we're doing some Karate Kid lines now. Dick Valentine. I like that name. It's a cool name. Sounds like something out of a Batman film. Johnny, what is your opinion on medicine, biohacking to help overcome fears like social anxiety? My thoughts are, I'm not going to knock it. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm against that, because sometimes a person does need medication for an anxiety disorder. So I think it depends on the person, depends on the situation, and so yeah, fine if your person needs it. I have problems too. I've failed so many times in my business and investments over the last 7 years, to the point of breaking down. I see people around me perform so much better than me. It's great. We all go through challenges, man. Well done for having the courage to admit that, because a lot of people are scared to talk about their shortcomings, but that makes you a more of an honest person, and that I always respect that. And we've all had our challenges, but it's how we overcome them, isn't it? It's how we respond. I think I said that to you in one of my last videos when you spoke about some of the losses you've had financially with the invest in the Bitcoin. You can come back from it though. Do you have a problem with that, Mr. Lawrence? No, Sensei. I like this. I couldn't stop blaming myself punching walls. Yeah, I can understand that. See, one of the things that I think this live stream helps people to do, if anything, right, is to get things out that are bothering them, even if people don't necessarily have to agree or understand you, but just to have somebody to communicate with, someone to hear what's bothering you, what's hurting your feelings or keeping you down. Maybe getting it out can help you to move forward more, everybody. You know, some of the most successful people in life, many of them have come back from the worst trials and tribulations and losses. They've had all types of failures, but they've actually gained motivation from it, confidence, wisdom, knowledge, and they've taken that knowledge and wisdom and they've moved forward in their life, and they've been able to create a bigger success than they would ever be able to have achieved in their life if they hadn't have gone through the failure, the setback. And I can speak for myself in that. Good stuff. That's good, Chris. It's good to sometimes draw on successful times that you've had and things that you've done, so you can get some, keep your mind positive. Because that's one of the human flaws. People tend to always remember the negative things that have happened to them, and people always remember things that go wrong, but many people don't remember things that have gone right. People fail to appreciate the successes that they've had and focus on the positives. Yeah, I'll keep saying it just because it might land and people might take it on board. Two ways at this moment in time for guys to improve their confidence. Number one is join the boxing gym and train in the art of boxing and just do the training and be around it and get fit, get in shape, lose weight or get more lean. and get your mental health good. And the second one is to be as social as you can. Meet up with people in real life. Don't just meet with people on social media, because it's not fully real. It's not it's not connective enough. So make a point of, meeting up with friends, family, meeting new people, and come outside of your social comfort zone every month, every week, and you'll see how much more confident you'll feel, and you'll see how much happier you are. Nah, no, it doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter about your age. You're never too old to seek a relationship. So 38's young. I'm the same age as you, Chris. No, that's fine. Listen, man, there's fear because you're human. So people that try to contradict this statement, you know, having fear is because you're human. We're programmed as human beings. If we didn't have any fear, then we just would die. We'd just walk in front of a train, or we would just jump in the ocean with a bunch of great white sharks and get eaten. So fear serves a good purpose for human beings, and it's part of what makes us human, have emotions and empathy and feelings. But it's just that people have allowed it to overtake them, or they can. So that's when you got to learn to use fear and not let fear you. If you use fear in a positive way, then fear is a wonderful thing. Fear is fuel. Fear is motivation. Fear is goals. Fear is something to aim for. It drives you. It fuels you. But if you allow it to control you in a negative way, then it can ruin your life. Yeah, I can touch on that, Chris, at some point. That's the problem today with people. They just want to talk about, the problems and understand the problem, and that has a certain place. But sometimes you don't need to understand every single underlining problem. You could spend your whole life trying to study yourself and the psychology of your problems and your traumas, and your life's going to go. Or you could move on in life, move forward, and focus on moving forward, not analyzing everything that went wrong in your childhood, because you can spend your whole life doing that. So there's a balance. So taking action, for me, helps you to get past emotional problems and issues in childhood and things like that. No, to answer your question, I don't think pickup will help someone, because it's not honest. It's teaching you to trick people and to lie, and that's not going to build a good self-esteem. I think a program where the ethics are good and you're being taught honesty with communication, that's the type of program that will help you. But that comes down to your decision. But that's my opinion on it. Appreciate you, Donking. Thank you, man. Well, listen, man. Again, it depends. Is it a good idea to approach a girl in a bar if there's loud music? It could be a good idea if you like the person, and if you get on well with her and you end up marrying her, then ask me that question 5 years' time, and you'll say, well, it was definitely a good idea. But it could also go the other way, and you've got to accept that, guys. It's life. She could turn you down. She could reject you. The music could get in the way. But if you don't try, you're never going to know, Chris. You're always going to be what if or what if. So you guys got to take more action, and then you're going to find out the answer to pretty much most of your questions and your concerns. The questions will be answered by you facing your fears, taking action. And that's why I do these live streams, to motivate and inspire and educate and give men the tools to take more action and face more fear, so they can grow and live a better life, etc., better mental health. One of the things I always said, again, because I'm very honest, and I've been in that situation, and it was successfully for me. I just said to go, look, excuse me. And she said, yeah. So I can't hear you. I can't speak to you because the music's too loud. And I would, explain that with a smile and be genuine. And she would say, yeah, sure. And she would go like that. And I would talk in her ear. And then I'd do that. She would talk in my ear. And then we'd get a conversation going and we might walk to another part of the nightclub where the music wasn't loud. So most of this is common sense. But the real challenge for you, Chris, for everyone, is the fear of doing it and feeling it. So the only way to get over fear is to practice with it, face it, you know, befriend it. No, I don't watch television, Chris. Only YouTube and stuff. Well, I mean, I appreciate comment, but I don't really see it as slick. I just see it as being genuine, having social skills. Look, it's common sense, guys. If I'm in a social situation, I'm trying to speak to someone and the music's too loud, why am I going to lie about that? I'm going to be honest and say, look, excuse me, I'm trying to talk to you, but the music's too loud. It's just genuine. And a person with any decency, unless they just don't want to talk to you, and I can accept that, would say, okay, and you both try and solve that situation. And either you say to the DJ, can you turn the music down, please? It's so loud. I can't, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? I can't talk to this amazing person because the music's so loud, guys, in the night. That might work. But yeah, I think if you really want to do something, in most cases, you won't make excuses. Maybe it's good that the music's too loud because it gives you something to say. It gives you the opportunity to say, "Look, I'm trying to talk to you, say something," and then you can literally use sign language and you can use your body more, or maybe say dance. Say, "Look, I'm trying to talk to you, but I can't hear you. You can't hear me because of the music. Would you like to dance? Put your hand out." I don't know, man. I'm old school, man. I'm still romantic. I threw away my TVs and I took them to the recycling center. Amen to that, man. I agree. Listen, man, CO dead. Find another way, man. If it's not working for you at the moment, I understand it's challenging. Find another way to be social. Go to a meetup group. Find that there's other ways, man, and you'll get there in the end. But don't give up on yourself. That's the most important thing. Chris, I'm going to be honest with you because I want to help you out. In some cases, move on, man. Don't live in the past. I'm not saying we can't remember good memories, but if you live there all the time, you won't move forward. That's something that personally really helped me, guys. I used to live in the past a lot, and it stopped me from moving forward. So sometimes you just got to move on mentally and focus on something today that you enjoy, and that will help you out more. We've got a recommendation here for Netflix. Watch Nacho Libre. It's on Netflix. Yeah, you're welcome, Chris, anytime, man. But like I said, sometimes it is, we all have struggles, with talking and being more social. But if you exercise regularly, it's a lot easier to speak to people. That's how I'm able to talk as much as I can, guys, on these live streams and, not be nervous and just communicate. I've been talking for an hour now, a bit longer because, training regularly. No, that's not a Photoshop thumbnail. That's a real thumbnail. I was just having a little bit of fun, guys. It's my way of mentally motivating myself to motivate others and keep training and getting in shape. That's not. I would never Photoshop one of my pictures to look at any different. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not into fake stuff and things like that. So that's real photo. I'm in the gym a lot at the moment. I'm dedicating my life to it so I can keep in a good mental space and motivate others. Yeah, I'm gonna do a live stream soon on movies because a lot of you talk about that. Oh, Breaking Bad's fantastic, man. I know I seen it 10 years too late, but my brother recommended it to me and I watched it in the first lockdown. It's brilliant, man. I absolutely loved it. That really is unique. It really is great writing. That's a piece of art. That's unbelievable acting, and the story was so intriguing. I was addicted to that. That was probably the best show I've seen. Cobra Kai has now been renewed for season 5. When's it coming out? It seems to be taking ages, but maybe it's not been that long. Oh, okay, so it's not going to be out for a while then if they're filming in September. Guys, get your questions in. We're kind of coming to the end. We'll do another 5 minutes or so. Johnny, I had a psychotic breakdown recently. I'm on a big dose of. Listen, man. I didn't know that, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Generally sorry, but at the same time, I'm happy that you've got some help, and I hope you got some family around, good people, family around you and friends, because it's not a nice thing. But listen, man. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and I think things will start working out for you. So I'm glad that you've got some help. Yes, I did use medication. I did have used medication, and it actually really helped me. I used to be really against it. So there's no shame in that, and using some medication to get you from A to B, get you well. Enjoying the live stream, guys, as always. Appreciate all of you coming on, and I'm going to be doing these regularly every week to motivate people, create a platform, a space, so guys can talk openly about fears, overcome them, have some social time, and connect. And by the way, as well, when I say guys, I don't want to exclude anyone. Women are also very welcome to come on. It just so happens that it's more guys that come on to my videos, but very welcoming if women want to join as well and they want to get some motivation. Yeah, yeah. The medication it does give you a huge appetite. That's one of the negatives about it. You will usually gain more weight. I gained weight as well from it, but it's probably best if you've been advised that you do take it for a certain time to get yourself well again, man. And I generally wish you to get well. I've been through it. It's not a nice thing, but there is something to look forward to later on. I believe things are gonna work out. You stick with your program, your medication, and the support that you've got around you. If you can as well, right? I'm not telling you what to do, but try and get yourself in the gym, Timmy. It really helps with recovery. I've had the psychotic breakdown like you as well, and going to the gym is one of the best medications aside with the medication. Oh, that's good, man. You can't go wrong if you found Jesus through what you've been through. You can't go wrong with that. Really helped me as well, the Lord, the faith. So that's brilliant. Yeah, I feel like today there's not enough space online or in the world to make people feel comfortable about opening up about their, a breakdown. We are improving. Obviously, there are more people speaking out about mental health like Tyson Fury, but I still think it's still kind of lacking. There's still a feeling that it's not safe or appropriate to maybe open up about that. But hopefully that will change. My favorite thing about this is I like the questions. I like people questions, and I like the connection. I like the honesty. That's what I like about this. I like different people coming on from different parts of the world and asking questions, and everyone connecting and talking. That's what I like about this. Oh yeah, you said that in my last stream, and I really like the idea of that. That's great. I think you can't go wrong with that, Timmy. That's really good, man. Johnny, what's your final take on Tyron and Jake Paul? I don't know much about it, but I think Jake Paul's going to win. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be competitive, but I think Jake Paul's going to catch Tyron. He's going to knock him out like he's done to the previous opponents. But I could be completely wrong because I really don't know much about these two. I only know a little bit of information, but I'm just going to go with my gut. My intuition is telling me that Jake Paul's he's gonna win again. He's got with the right hand. Yeah, I think it's on tonight, Chris. It's probably going to be on. I've got to check the time. I think it'll be late, early hours in the morning. Wow, I'm starving. The fasting and doing these live streams works an appetite. This is really good challenge for discipline. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, man. I like the color as well. It's orange. I like it. It's like a '60s kind of color look. I really like this chair. I'll tell you where you can get it if you want to get it. I think you can. I think this is from. I think it's from IKEA, Timmy. If you want to get it, they do them in there, and it's nice. So I do like the color of it. It's quite comfortable. Yes, Chris. It's basically Sunday hours. I think we're probably gonna wrap up now, guys, because yeah, it's kind of coming to the time. See if we get one more question in, and then we'll call it a day. It's been pretty good today. It's always good to do these. Hopefully, you can come away from this and feel a little bit better than you were feeling, or take something from it. God bless you as well. You're welcome, mate. Um, take it easy with your recovery. One step at a time. You'll be back. I'm not sure about that. I don't know much about Bobby Lashley and Brock. Obviously, I know Brock Lesnar, but I don't know if they're going to be fighting. I don't know much about what's going on with that. Yeah, you're welcome, Bobby Boldy, anytime. You're welcome. You're welcome. Calbs, anytime. Yeah, I'm gonna get some food, guys. I'm starving now. I've been holding out. I've been holding out for the pretty much the whole day. I'm gonna appreciate this food, thank God, and I appreciate all of you coming on. It was another it was a good, thought-provoking, challenging talk, and hopefully, this will give you some motivation to be a little bit more fearless in your life. And we'll do it again. We're going to do this every week, every Saturday. We'll keep building on it. We'll keep coming together. Keep inspiring one another. We'll keep conversations going, and we'll keep it fun as well. We'll have a good time. And every week, we'll be growing and moving forward. So it's been great. My wife is scared to go back to work because they're pressuring her. She don't like the job anymore. She's been working there for almost 30 years. Now she's on TDI. What should I do to make her comfortable? Just be yourself, man. Just be caring. Just be kind. Just be understanding. and just try to make yourself all comfortable with what your wife is going through, and don't put too much pressure on yourself as well. Just be kind, be yourself, and the rest should time time should figure things out and heal it. Because what your wife's going through, a lot of people have been going through, and it is something that you can overcome. But I find time and patience, and just try and find some humor in there. Try and make your I'm sure you can make your wife laugh in a kind way, and yeah, say a prayer, and the rest should solve itself. Yeah, yeah. I watched some of those guys, Timmy. I've watched a few. I've watched a couple of good shows on those different podcast shows. Yeah, like I said, Chris, just be patient. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. These streams, we go at one step at a time for everyone. We're not all going to solve our problems in one day, but we can get there. Over a period of time. The main thing is we don't give up. We never give up on hope, and we just keep going forward and doing the best we can, and we will get there. Don't everybody's had a certain amount of fear and anxiety to go back to normal life because of what we've all been through with the lockdown, and we're getting there one step at a time. So just have faith and confidence that you will get back to where you were originally, and you will achieve your dreams as long as you don't give up. And like I keep saying it, bring exercise into your life. Is so important for mental health, to feel better. What's up, Brad? Good to see you, mate. Let me show you something, Chris. Right, that's really good. You're welcome. You're welcome, my friend. Let me show you something that's very good for a headache or a blocked nose. I purchased this. It's always good to have it. Hold on. It's old school and it does the trick, right? This man, Vic Rub. If you've got like a sinuses or blocked nose, you can't breathe. I'm telling you, man. Just smelling it you rub some on your chest, back of your neck, and it does the trick, man. It unblocks your sinuses. It helps. Try that. And obviously, yeah, plenty of fluids. Yeah, we're gonna go one step at a time with these guys. We're not Well, what we're all trying to achieve and overcome. We're gonna do it every week. We'll do it gradually, and we'll start to see the changes and the difference of how everyone is progressing. And I've always believed honest conversations change lives. Good to see you, Kenny Gordon. Really, really good to have you back. During times of high pressure, I try to be kind to myself. Great advice. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's one of the great little bit of wisdom there to everybody. When you're under extreme pressure, try and be kind to yourself, and obviously you be kind to others. So I can. It's great today. I always learn every time we do these live streams. I learn a lot about myself, about everyone, about what people are going through, and everybody's under a certain amount of pressure to move forward and get back to winning ways again. Obviously, because of what we've been through with COVID, and we will all get there as we keep, being positive, taking one step at a time, going through the challenges, not giving up, being social, exercising, and everyone will get there. Really, that's interesting. Probably best to listen to the GP, with no Lemsip, but this one's not Lemsip. This is Vapor Rub. Um, yeah, just want me to take paracetamol. Yeah, paracetamol always helps. Can't go wrong with that. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We'll leave on a high. So same time, same place next week, Saturday, 8:30. We tune in, become Fierce live stream. Appreciate all of you for coming on. Thanks for listening to me as well. I hope you take on some of the advice I give you, and thanks for offering your advice, your life experiences to everybody else. And it's been fun. And let's see what happens with this fight. If you are going to watch it, if you're not interested in it, that's fine. and maybe I'll do more videos. And I've got a couple of ideas for new videos from this live stream. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's really good to talk to all of you. All right, speak to you guys really soon, and I appreciate all the support. Remember, hit subscribe. Last but not least, become fearless.